and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to do a try a chapter tag. I have quite a few books on my TBR, but there are 5 books that I'm unsure if I still want to read. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you what the book is, read a chapter, and then decide if I actually want to still read this book or if I'm going to unhaul it. The first book on my TBR that I'm hesitant about is Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. I picked this up because everybody seems to be raving about Mark Lawrence books, and I'm hesitant about this one because I've heard that this one is very grimdark, and it's not just because it's grimdark. However, the protagonist is very antagonistic, and I'm not entirely sure if that's something I would be into, so I'm hesitant about this one. I've now read the first chapter of Prince of Thorns, and I've decided this one's not for me. It's not in a full first chapter. We don't really get to know our character that well, but it opens with our character deciding to kill a kid. And I've decided that I'm not super interested in continuing on with this one, but I do like Mark Lawrence's writing, so I'm definitely interested in his other series that I have on my TBR still. This book I have on my TBR that I'm unsure if I want to unhaul or not is The Spellbook of the Lost and Found by Maury Fowley Doyle. I'm curious if I want to unhaul this one because I did not like The Accident Season. However, this one is a witchy book, and I really like witchy books. And I've heard some good and bad things about this one, so I'm also kind of on the fence about it. Okay, so now I've read the first chapter and the prologue of The Spellbook and Lost and Found. The prologue was about a page, so I went ahead and read the first perspective because this book is apparently told in perspectives, which I think will be refreshing in comparison to The Accident Season. I've decided to keep this book on my TBR because I really enjoyed the first character's perspective. I'm curious as to where the story is headed. It is about a town where one night apparently everybody loses something, and apparently as time goes on, more people are going to be losing things. The next book I want to try out is Arsha and the End of Time. I basically picked this one up partially because it's a Rick Riordan Presents book, and I want to try more mythish books. I'm hesitant about this one because I didn't like her writing in the Star Touch Queen, but I'm curious as to how it is in a middle grade format. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter of Arsha in the End of Time, and I definitely am still interested in reading more in this one, and I definitely like her writing in this one more, which is the thing I was worried about, keeping this one on my TBR. Next, I have Stay Sweet by Siobhan Vivian. I picked this one up because it is apparently about a girl who is works at an ice cream stand that's always been run by women, and then all of a sudden a guy comes in and he is going to be like in charge now. I'm hesitant about this one because I haven't heard super much things about it, but I'm curious as to if I'm going to really like this one, so I'm going to read the first chapter of it. Okay, so I've just read the first chapter of Stay Sweet by Siobhan Vivian. I think I'm going to pass on this one. It just kind of does not seem like something I'm interested in right this moment, which is totally okay. It just is not currently for me, so I'm going to be passing on this one. And the last book that I have for this project is The Great American Whatever, and I literally know nothing about this book, and that's literally the only reason I have this book in this project. So I'm going to read the first chapter of it, decide if I like it based on the first chapter, and then we'll decide if we're going to keep it or not. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter of The Great American Whatever, and it seems to be setting up our story. However, I've decided I'm not very interested in The Great American Whatever, and I read the synopsis again, and I decided it's just not for me, so I'm going to be passing on this. This is a fun try chapter. I decided to unhaul Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence, Stay Sweet by Siobhan Vivian, and The Great American Whatever by Tim Federal, and I'm keeping The Spellbook of the Lost and Found by Maury Fowley Doyle, and Arisha and The End of Time by Roslyn Totsky. I feel pretty overall satisfied with how this went. Have you ever done one of these? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you surprised by what I ended up deciding? Let me know that as well. If you like what you saw here today, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a nice day.